There's a kind of masculinity that isn't loud, insecure, or performative. It's not about dominance, nor about submission. It's a calm fire that burns inside a man who knows himself. Today, we're talking about semen retention. Not as a fad, not as a mystical shortcut, but as a discipline that leads to a masculinity beyond all labels, beyond the alpha archetype and beyond social conditioning. Before we go deeper, I'd like to remind you to join our Telegram channel. The link is in the description. That's where we dive into topics like this, exchange ideas, and build a brotherhood of men who are serious about becoming their best selves. Now, let's begin. The modern world has twisted masculinity into a performance. Every corner of the internet is filled with men trying to prove their dominance. Whether it's through material success, body aesthetics, or social media clout, most men are playing a game of display. But that kind of masculinity is fragile. It depends on validation. True masculinity doesn't depend on applause. It's a force that grows in silence. Semen retention, when practiced consciously, helps you move from external validation to internal power. It redirects your energy from constant release to cultivation. The idea is simple. Your sexual energy is your life force. It's the raw material that fuels creativity, discipline, focus, and vitality. When you keep releasing it without awareness, you leak not just energy, but also mental strength and emotional stability. People often misunderstand semen retention. They reduce it to abstinence, or worse, repression. But it's not about suppression. It's about mastery. Think of it as training your internal circuitry. When you learn to control the impulse, you also learn to control the mind. And when you control the mind, the world starts to respond differently. Biology semen contains a concentration of vital nutrients and minerals that the body invests significant energy to create. Frequent depletion forces the body to work harder, draining both physical and mental reserves. Spiritually, semen is the essence of creation. Retaining it allows that creative essence to rise, to express itself in thought, work, and purpose. That's why many ancient traditions, from Taoism to Yogic philosophies, treated semen as sacred. A man practicing semen retention often begins to notice changes within weeks. His eyes look clearer, his posture straightens, his focus sharpens. He becomes less reactive, more deliberate. The same energy that once scattered outward now fuels inner stability. That's the first transformation, from chaos to control. And this is where many fall into a trap. They start identifying as retainers. They wear it like a badge, as if semen retention itself is the goal. But that's just another label, another ego identity. The goal is transcendence. You're not supposed to become a man obsessed with control. You're supposed to become a man in alignment with his higher self. It's important to understand that retention is not meant to turn you cold or indifferent to women. It's pro-consciousness. The point is to transform lust into power. When you stop chasing external pleasure, you reclaim your attention. And your attention is the most powerful currency in this world. Now, I want to pause here for a moment. If this message resonates with you, consider contributing through the thanks button below. It helps keep this channel alive and allows us to create deeper, higher quality content for men who are serious about transformation. Every contribution counts, and it's deeply appreciated. Let's continue. Semen retention changes your relationship with desire. Most men are slaves to it. They see a stimulus, and their mind reacts automatically. But when you practice retention, you begin to observe desire rather than obey it. That gap, the moment between stimulus and response, is where your power lies. Imagine two versions of yourself. One lives ruled by impulse, constantly chasing quick highs. The other is patient, channeling that same energy into creation, strength, and purpose. The first burns bright for moments and then fades. The second glows steadily, unshakable and grounded. That's the man you're becoming when you walk this path. But here's the truth many ignore. Retention alone doesn't make you powerful. It amplifies who you already are. If your mind is full of fear, doubt, or resentment, retention will magnify that. If your heart is open and focused on purpose, it'll magnify that instead. The practice is like turning up the volume on your essence. That's why discipline, meditation, and purpose must walk alongside it. Think of your body as a battery. Every time you practice retention, you store charge. But if you don't direct that charge into meaningful action, it becomes restlessness. That's why you must channel your energy into training, work, creativity, or spiritual growth. Otherwise, you'll just become a man with bottled-up tension, pretending it's power. There's a deeper level to this. Semen retention affects your energetic presence. People can feel it. You walk into a room, and something shifts. It's not arrogance or aggression. It's silent confidence. Women feel it, but not just sexually. They feel your centeredness. Men feel ito. They sense authority without you needing to assert it. This is where masculinity transcends labels. You're no longer trying to be alpha, sigma, or any archetype. Those are just words created by people trying to define what they don't understand. True masculinity doesn't need a label because it's not performative. It's natural, grounded, and balanced. At this stage, you begin to notice that masculinity and spirituality aren't separate. They're intertwined. Real strength isn't in dominance. It's in presence. Real confidence isn't loud. It's quiet and steady. When your sexual energy rises instead of dispersing, it connects you to that deeper awareness. You stop trying to be the man, because you already are. Many men ask how long they should retain. There's no universal number. Some thrive on cycles. 21 days, 40 days, 90 days. Others practice indefinite retention, integrating periodic conscious release. The key word is conscious. You must remain aware of your body's signals. Retention should make you more alive, not rigid. There will be challenges. Urges will test your will. Energy spikes may create frustration or mood swings. But remember, every time you resist the impulse, you forge another layer of self-control. That's how mental steel is built, through friction. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about liberation from compulsion. You'll also notice that retention influences not just your mind, but your magnetism. Your voice becomes more grounded. Your eyes hold gaze longer. You begin to speak less, but when you do, people listen. You start to move slower, not out of laziness, but out of composure. The world slows down around a centered man. In that stillness, you realize that masculinity isn't about what you project, but what you protect. It's about guarding your energy, your time, and your focus from the noise of the world. The man who learns to preserve his essence becomes dangerous, not to others, but to his own limitations. Retention, at its peak, becomes a form of meditation. It's the union of body and mind. You stop seeing sex as something separate from spirituality. You begin to understand that desire isn't an enemy. It's sacred energy seeking direction. You don't kill it, you evolve it. That's when your purpose becomes clear, because your energy finally serves something higher. In the modern age, this path is rare. The world encourages indulgence, not mastery. It rewards distraction, not discipline. But you have a choice. You can either live like everyone else, chasing the next hit of dopamine, or you can walk a higher path, one of restraint, focus, and inner power. And when you do, you'll start noticing subtle miracles. You'll wake up with more drive. Your intuition sharpens. You attract people who align with your vibration. Opportunities appear as if pulled by unseen gravity. It's not magic. It's magnetism born from self-control. To walk this path, you must be honest with yourself. You'll stumble. You'll relapse. But each time, you return stronger, wiser, more centered. The key is to treat the journey as evolution, not punishment. You're not chasing perfection. You're cultivating mastery. At some point, retention stops being about holding seed and becomes about holding power. You start to live intentionally. Every action carries weight. Every thought holds clarity. That's when you realize masculinity isn't something to prove. It's something to embody. Before we move to the final stretch, let me say this. If you find value in what you're hearing, consider supporting this work using the thanks button below. It's never about the amount. It's about helping us reach more men who need guidance in rediscovering what true strength feels like. Every single contribution keeps this message alive. Let's bring it all together. Beyond the alpha lies a new kind of man. A man who doesn't chase validation, because he validates himself through his purpose. A man who doesn't drain his essence for a temporary pleasure, because he understands his seed is sacred. A man who doesn't shout his strength, because it's felt in his silence. That's the man semen retention helps you become. Not superior to others, but superior to your former self. You begin to realize that your body isn't a battlefield, it's a temple. Your energy isn't a tool for pleasure, it's the foundation of creation. Your mind is Sen. Your enemy. It's your greatest ally. Once trained, the world doesn't need more alphas, it needs more awakened men. Men who walk with quiet confidence. Men who lead without ego. Men who protect without violence. Men who build rather than boast. Retention is just the entry point. The real journey begins when you start channeling that retained power into building your vision, serving others, and mastering your craft. That's when masculinity evolves from raw potential into divine expression. And when that happens, you no longer chase energy. You become Italiano. You stop trying to be a man, and instead, you start being human at your highest capacity. Balanced, disciplined, aware, and free. That is what it means to transcend the label. So if you're walking this path, stay consistent. Don't count the days. Count the progress in how you think, act, and feel. Let the results speak quietly. Keep your energy sacred. Keep your purpose strong. And if this message has sparked something inside you, I invite you once more to join our Telegram channel. The link is in the description. It's where we grow together, away from the noise, in a community that values truth, strength, and purpose. Finally, if you'd like to support this movement, you can use the thanks button below. Every contribution, no matter how small, helps us continue creating and spreading this message to those who need it most. Stay strong, stay centered, stay beyond the alpha.